Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to discuss with you detachment in your manifestations. Now, first things first, I would like you to make you aware of something, and I say this in the beginning of my video quite often in my videos, and this is your components. So you're having this human experience, you have your human body, which is this physical shell, you have your human mind, which is your self-awareness, and you have the pure awareness, which is the God energy itself. So you have those three components, and that's why you're existing as a human being. Okay, you essentially God itself playing a human being. Now, this video is going to be very quick, and I want to make you aware of something, because a lot of people say you have to forget about your desire, because this is this is how you detach, or you need to be happy about your desire because this is how this means fulfillment. Almost like everyone has some kind of a story on what detachment is and what how you need to feel about your desire. Now, my approach is different, and I will explain why I mentioned the three components: body, human self, mind, like I'm Maria, I'm this, I'm that, and your real self, which is just pure awareness, consciousness, no form, no shape. Okay, now listen to this, and you will see that the reality is that you, the real you in you, it's always detached and it's always fulfilled, regardless of your feelings, emotions, your thoughts, the way your body behaves. This pure energy has it all, because it is the all in a nutshell. Now, when it comes to detachment, you're supposed to live in the end. You're supposed to decide what your new reality will look like and what your new self will be. So once you make that decision, once you make that choice, this is your end. Now, the detachment comes from your human, rational, day-to-day mind. This is where you have to detach from, not from your outcome or not from your desire, because the desire itself is the end. So when people say, oh, you just forget about your desire, no, that's not required. It's not necessary. And if you think that way, it implies that you think that the desire does not come from you. But that's not the case. So, when you want to materialize a new reality and a new you, which emerges from where? From your imagination. This is the unseen. You have to, your logical mind, your day-to-day rational mind has to be detached. So the real detachment is not about, forgetting about my desire. No, it's about forgetting how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, because it's already so. It's already done. That's the tricky part. Most people fail because as soon as they have a desire, their logical mind starts to kick in, and it wants to help them. In most cases, your logical mind will be, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. It starts to make plans, it starts to make, some kind of logical steps. Oh, I need to do this and I need to do that, and when I do this event will happen. And your logical mind wants to find the way to your desire. And this is why Jesus said, when two make agreement in one house, I'm not quoting the exact what was exactly said, but I'm just paraphrasing. When two agree in one house, meaning your logical mind and your God energy, which always agrees, by the way, when your logical mind and your own being agree on something, it's done. So real detachment comes from you deciding to convince your logical mind that what you have seen or what you have told yourself as the end is a fact. This is real detachment. Because there is no way in which you have to, you live in the end, and then your logical mind starts to think how to get to the end. Because you're supposed mentally to be in that end. And this is why people fail when it comes to brainwashing their subconscious mind. People think that they have to brainwash their subconscious mind. No, it's the other way around. You have to brainwash your day-to-day mind, not your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind gets the very gentle suggestions. Very gentle, very, the suggestions that comes with high emotions will only said once to you. I had many cases in my life when something was only suggested to me once and I accepted it before I knew those things. So it's not your subconscious mind that has to be brainwashed. It's your rational day-to-day mind. It's your logical mind that you need to, convince in a way that what you have seen in your imagination is that end. That's it. That's the real detachment when it comes to manifestation. You see it in your mind, or you say it verbally, whatever the way you want. I don't agree with when Neville Goddard said, oh, go to bed and just imagine it. No, you can imagine right now. That doesn't have to be bedtime. No. And detachment from what? From how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, because it already is. This is your new reality. So your logical mind has to be on rest. The way I do it to get my logical mind to, to not interfere with my manifestations is to have few seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds visuals of what I want as a fact. Like, I'm not, because honestly, your rational mind will, when you want something, your rational mind will be, okay, we need to do it. This. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So the way I do it, I just make one visual or 2 visuals for myself for the end. Like the end, not middle. By middle, I mean, if you want an SP, your husband, you see yourself happily married to that person. You don't see the engagement. You don't see the proposal. This is the middle part. The end is you're happily together. Maybe you're hugging together and you hold each other hands and you see, the ring, whatever. This is the end. Or you may see yourself in distance in 50 years time and say to yourself, this is another thing I said to myself. I'm so happy I've been married 65 years. My dog is barking, so I apologize. So your logical mind needs to be given. You will have to give to your logical mind your end, visual of your end, verbal of your end. So when your logical mind tries to help you, because it is for you to help you, it's there for you to support you in this human, existence. So when your logical mind comes to you and and knocks on your mind and says, we need to do this, you give yourself this visual of few seconds, or you say to yourself, oh, it's already done, I have this in my bank account, like I don't need to do X, Y, and Z, or I have this, it's already, it's done, it's okay, we can rest, we can relax. Because I can give you from my personal experience, from up to now, when I have been like how your manifestation will unfold. Most cases you take action that has you have not even planned. You just made the action, and it was so easy, it was effortless. It's like going to your car and driving. You're not thinking, you're not planning, oh, I need to speed here, or I need to do this, and it wasn't like that, because you have already accepted your end. You live in your end, and you now live backwardly. You are at point A already, and anything that happens now is your end. You are at the end. So don't treat your current reality as a middle point to your end result. No, it's not like that. You're already at your end. How? Mentally. So this is what Jesus was teaching us, how to materialize from the unseen, which is your imagination, to the seen, to the physical reality. Okay? So real detachment is for you to recognize that when your logical mind tries to, help you and starts to kick off with different tools like logic and questions and how and when and if and all of those things, you have to give yourself the end and relax your logical mind and say to yourself, okay, we have this. We already have it. And see yourself whatever you want, like SP, marriage, money, whatever it is. And again, now I want to also speak with you about the feelings, because there are people out there who say that you have to be happy in order for you to manifest. Now, I would like you to think about, and I said this before in one of my videos, manifestation is not just for the positive things that you have in your life or you want to bring in your life. Manifestation is anything, because everything comes from your mind. So anything that you see on the outside, including this room, including this body, is manifestation of me. So therefore, this manifestation works 24/7 regardless of my feelings. Yes, it's nice when you're positive about your day, but it's not necessary. It's not requirement. Because what? Because your God itself. And as I said in the beginning of the video, you have those three components: human body, human mind, which is your self concept basically, and what? This God energy. So the God energy itself don't have any conditions on it. It's pure awareness. Happiness is what? It's a feeling, and it originates from what? From your body and from your human mind. Those things, those two things, which is what? The human part that you play now. But your third component, which is the God energy itself, don't need anything to manifest, because it is all the energy itself. So don't make those conditions for yourself, and don't think that, oh, I need to be happy. But you also manifested negative things in your life. For those negative things, which are also manifestation of you, were you happy about them? Did you have happy feelings? Did you have positive emotions? No, it was the opposite, but it still came to your reality. You see? Now I'm bringing even names. For example, I can give you more of this information. For example, Abraham Hicks, which she says in her lectures, oh, you know, it's happy, be positive, you know, indulge in those feelings. And I know why she's doing that, because in the first place, please recognize this, in the first place, your desires are coming to you not to feel lack, not to feel negativity, not to feel anxiety, not to feel pain or absence. So the whole purpose of this life is to have this nice human experience where you bring things from non-sin to the sin, which have to be all positive. But for some reason, we use too much of our logic and human mind, and we focus on the unseen in the negative way. And this is why she says, you know, be positive, indulge in those positive feelings, positive emotions, you know, get yourself ready for the day with that positive step into, you know. But it's not because it's requirement. It's because in the first place, the desire itself is there, not to tease you, but for you to be excited, but for you to experience it in a positive way. And that's why she's saying this. Oh, be happy. Yes, you have to be happy because you already have it. Where? In your imagination. So why you even worry about your manifestation? Doesn't make any sense. Now I'll finish this video. This will help you recognize that the desire itself is done. The sooner you have your desire in your mind, immediately indulge yourself that you already have it. It's there anyway. And then logic mind, give to yourself, to your logical mind, give yourself the end in terms of visions, in terms of verbal, in terms of whatever the way you want. It's your choice, it's your preference. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.